Oh, goodness. I think you all heard that. That was my mic dropping. Sorry about that. Hello, hello? Man, I have to say, I'm already impressed with the YouTube chatters we got in here. Twitch, you gotta step it up. I'm telling you. Whew. You just don't like us? Oh my gosh, Medbed. Medbed over on Twitch already starting a war, I see. All right, all right. Bearded Fox, thank you so much for saying, hope you're feeling better this week. Yeah, we'll talk about that. The short answer is kind of. Ooh, what a week. All right, getting things prepped. I'll see you guys in just a moment. Oh my goodness! It's time, but where's the stream? Where is this guy? What's going on? I need answers. Let me give you some answers. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the stream. My green screen's not working. What? What in the... Huh? Wait a second. Hold on a moment. Okay, that all is well and fine and dandy. Sometimes settings like to reset themselves. That was fun. That's great. Anyway, hi! Hello! It's Friday. You know what that means? It means we are doing a ROCKFISH official stream. I am your host and your guide, Eric Schrader, the community ambassador for all things EVERSPACE 2. This is the development stream. We're gonna talk about development. Today is a little bit of a special case because it's a little more chill today. That's gonna be, we're gonna sit back a little bit more. I'm gonna engage with your comments a bit more today. So I'll be trying to rapid fire both on YouTube and Twitch, specifically Steam. I know you're out there too. Rest assured, I love you dearly. I'm gonna keep track, my eyes on these so we can really focus in. If you wanna join the conversation over there, just find us over on Twitch and YouTube as well. Perfect. And yeah, I really wanna talk with you all today. Just hang out, you know? This is due in part for a couple of things. The first thing, just being transparent here, we do have a number of individuals right now who are on vacation over here in the studio. So that means some of the content is, you know, progressing a little bit more slowly than normal. But rest assured, the content that is still making a very great progress is stuff I can't actually show you yet, unfortunately. But Drake, mwah, it is looking good. So we're gonna have a first look at some concept art from one of the factions you'll be introduced to in the Drake system. One that might actually be familiar to your Everspace 1 veterans, and I'm not talking about the Coalition. All right, so yeah, I think we should just crack on in, right? That's the best thing to do. Mic's good, right? I didn't even check the mic. Everything's good on the mic, right? Yeah, excellent. I like how Michael is now saying classic Eric in regards to my green screen error. Guys, it's not good if my standard is having a problem with the stream every time. Woo! All right. But hey, you know what? We keep things casual around here so we can engage with you and have a good time, right? That's the goal anyway. So yeah, so let's go ahead. We're gonna crack into our last save where we talked about a lot of things. Play around for a little bit, and here in a little bit, then we'll go into the concept art, share it, talk about it. For now, we're gonna kick things off right where we left off. I don't even think, did I even do anything at all to the save file? I don't think I did. I think this is literally exactly where we left off. We talked about, you know, item grades. There was a lot of confusion out there. It was beautiful. You know, item traits. Goodness gravy. There is so much we talked about. New ship passes. Goodness, it was nuts last time. So yeah, there's even, oh my gosh, you see that yellow thing? It's like there's something new there. Oh, that's nice. That's pretty awesome. Progress is being made. But yeah, so let's see. Do I have any active signal decoders? Do I have any missions that aren't the main mission that we could tackle? Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Whoops. Whoop, you shouldn't see that one yet. All right, let's see. Let's track this one. All right, cool. And we'll see, let's see if there's anything else we need to modify. We got some devices. We got our carefree package nanotransmitter. Just, man, let me tell you what. Lifesteal on a Stinger that has an ult that's lifesteal. I feel like I'm just breaking the game in all the right ways. I really dig this. This was legitimately recommended to me a couple weeks back as well. So thanks guys for showing me just how baller this device truly is. I've been so invested in warfare, what are they called? Warfare devices. Been so invested in the red warfare devices lately. I just completely overlooked the beauty of some of these support devices and nanotransmitters. So good. So good. So, all right, so we're gonna just start flying around. We're gonna do some jobs. And like I said, focus is gonna be a lot more on you guys today. So if you got questions or specific conversations that revolve around Everspace and ROCKFISH, go ahead and share it. Let's have a discussion. Let's talk about some things. I know that some of you guys have itching, burning questions and the streams revolve around you. So I'm up for it. Let's do it. All right. Dang, I really wish we could help out the Coalition. I mean, we helped them out a lot, I feel like, in Everspace 1. I feel like they should be doing okay, right? Right? Seems fine to me. So yeah, I see a lot of people asking how I'm doing and saying hello. You're all so sweet and kind. That's your introduction in? Oh, it's so good. Like you guys, you're so personable. Oh, I love that so much. And so to everybody who's saying hello, everybody who's asking how I'm doing, hi, thank you so much for being here. You're beautiful. You're an incredible person. And I value you so much. You give me life by being here. It's fantastic. I am doing okay. Personally, I am doing okay. I had kind of a rough week. My throat, you maybe can hear it in my throat. Just allergies, man. I have just been getting oof, sucks. But I'm doing as well as I can, and I'm gonna keep on keeping on, because that's what we do. Let's see. Do I wanna craft me some catalysts or something? What do we have here? We got optimized and rapid. We have powerful. I think we want to start looking for some resources. So let's see. Quantum conductors and signal circulators. Okay, we can make those. And we can make these. Oh, sweet. Okay, well, we have everything we need. Okay, so we just need to find something to put powerful on. You know, something I didn't actually show you guys is how you get, so like, I have these marked, I'm tracking the missing components, these little yellow things. I didn't actually show you guys how to remove them, because like right here, you can't untrack them, right? And like you go to the consumable, like you can't untrack it here. You can't do anything. It's actually here in the crafting inventory. You can just reset the crafting right there, and it removes everything, which, believe me, this is how it needs to be. You start crafting, you start tracking way too much, and you just need a hard reset. Yeah, it's very simple. It's very easy. It's nice. It's pretty nice. All right. What was the reason behind the ROCKFISH Games brand redesign? Is first question I see. Oh my gosh, I love that. Michael is slapping down some info. Let's read his direct response. The initial design was made a bit in a rush as we just had been kicked out of our previous studio. So yeah, a rebrand was overdue. Also, Tio, I'm gonna butcher his name. Oh my gosh. He's our UI designer. He also felt like it was a little bit outdated. Not even old school in a good way, so yeah, we just rebranded. Also, rebranded, this is coming from somebody who took a lot of marketing classes in college. Yay, I have some knowledge on this front, but rebranding is also incredibly helpful and healthy for companies just to show that they are still in operation, to show you that they are still moving forward, making progress. A healthy rebranding does go a long way just to turn some eyes and garner the attention that is necessary for, you know, building a consumer base. Neat. All right, a little bit of added blabbage there. Let's see. We jumped in here. Where do we need to go for this mission? The Twin Stations Gauntlet. Oh, you know, I don't really want to do that. Maybe it's because it scares me. Maybe it's because it scares me a little bit, but I don't really want to do that. We're gonna go to this high-risk area. High-risk area instead. That seems more fun. I thought you went to coloring school, not marketing. No. I went to, I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts, but I also did a lot on the marketing side. I was like 1 credit away from being a marketing minor, actually, or whatever the heck it's called. I didn't want to do that. I had well over enough credit hours for what I was doing and just wanted to get out to start my life and go do things. But doing a lot of graphic design, you have to know marketing. All right, let's see. So let's address some questions since I said that's what I was gonna do. Looking over on YouTube now, I've been playing a bit of No Man's Sky lately, and I totally fell in love with the Solar Sail ship class. Would it be possible to see similar ships in EVERSPACE 2 in the future? I think that based on where we're at with development and like how our vision's been coming to fruition, like probably not. Probably not gonna see like ship sails and stuff. That's not really a theme that we are going for. But you know, I'm happy that you enjoy it from other sci-fi games. They're doing something that you enjoy. Awesome. It's just not really the direction that we're taking. So, cool. So let's see. Let's answer some more questions. How does energy versus kinetic damage work? Energy weapons good against shields. Kinetic damage good against armor. So basically, yes. So the way that energy and kinetic damage work, let me try and give you an example here. There's no enemies in here with armor at all. Oh, hello, asteroid. That's fine. All right, well, we'll do one with shields. This is a proto scout. The shields, if I were to use this rapid autocannon against the shield, it takes a long time to break. See that? taking a long time. Ignore the fact that there's corrosion damage doing work. But the autocannon didn't even break the shields yet. The corrosion damage from my secondary actually killed him. But it does very little damage because the kinetic damage only deals damage to armors and the hull, and energy damage only deals damage to shields and the hull. You'll notice I said hull twice in that. That's because the full amount of both kinetic and energy damage is applied to the hull. Combine the numbers, and that's the power, that's the strength of the weapon, barraging a defenseless opponent. But as you can see here with this rapid autocannon, our energy DPS is a mere 217. Very low in a level 22 standpoint, especially when you look at our synchro pulse and it's almost 1,000. So when I'm attacking that shield with a kinetic-based weapon that's not utilizing its kinetic damage output, it's not gonna do much damage at all. Conversely, if the enemy had shields and I was using the synchro pulse, you'd have the same effect. The synchro pulse's energy DPS, even though it's so high, would do nothing against strong armor, and instead would only do that small amount of kinetic DPS you see. Now, you'll also notice that both of these weapons, like if we were to combine the DPSs, the synchro pulse would actually be a little bit higher, right? So in actuality, if we're comparing these two weapons specifically, and we're also ignoring all the modifiers, we're just looking at the numbers at the top, the synchro pulse is actually more effective against the whole of a ship. There you go. Hopefully, that's some good clarification for you. And if I can get some more examples, I will absolutely do so. Oh, here's a Proto Scout, and its shields are just gonna be melted because I used that Synchro Pulse. Now, my Synchro Pulse, this thing is actually absurd. It's a level 23, and I've boosted its energy damage further. So its energy consumption is actually nuts. You can, like, it's completely drained. I have to wait for it to recharge here. Gonna just use it again. But you can see, like, as I'm using this thing, like, it goes out fast. Like, I can't fire anymore. So it's really, really important to have at least some degree of energy management through either consumable usage or just having a really nice dedicated energy core to emphasize weapon usage and regeneration. So what I mean by that is like this one's straight across the board energy core. Outputs for weapons, shield, and boost are all completely equal. It's a boring, but it works well energy core. Jack of all trades, master of none. But these can absolutely have more emphasis on weapons or shields or boosts, depending on what it is you would like to push. Oh, here's some armor. So our pulse laser here is going to do absolutely crap damage to this armor, as you can, well, if I hit it. There you go, see? It's not doing a lot of damage at all to that armor. Yeah, just very base level sort of explanation of and showcasing of how energy and kinetic damage are utilized in this game space. Take out some of these enemies, then we will keep chatting. This is a very simple high-risk area, and when I say very simple, I mean it's just my level and there's no mutators at all. We didn't have any mutators generate in here, so this is kind of like something that you would be up against in the current build before the mutators have been added. Oh, what's that question? What's the max level for any weapon? Right now, max levels are bound to like the player's level at this time. But obviously I have a level that's one higher because I fought an enemy that was higher level than me and it dropped it. So I guess I just lied. You can get items. You can get items that fall at one level higher as of right now, but we are looking at other opportunities in the future of what that could look like. Because after all, there is an ability to adapt weaponry that's a higher level than you. And if you're only utilizing that to get a weapon that's literally one level higher, that kind of feels bad, man, you know? I think it's also important to mention that with the dynamic level scaling, if you are a lower level than the area that you are present in, you would be able to engage with foes that are several levels higher than you, and the gear that they drop is still going to be closer to their level as opposed to yours. So if you are pushing yourself, you're challenging yourself in a higher level area than where you have progressed in the game space, you can get items that are over leveled, but then convert them for use if you have the resources. This bomber was a really good example of the shield and armor. You could see how I swapped my gear in order to gain the best effect. This guy, I took out his shields with a ram, so, well, not actually a ram, but the energized boost. Excellent. Why high-risk zones are risky? Outlaws are looting, going to their base, or looking for wreckage. So I would consider what we are doing. We consider these high-risk areas kind of like meetup places for outlaws. So whenever you are decoding these, come on, there we go. Whenever you are decoding these signals are effectively telling you of like where outlaws are present in, or rather where there's a large group of something happening. Because it could also be redeemers, it could also be something else, wink wink nudge nudge, depending on what system you're in and what's going on in the game. And so through that, once you decode the signal and get a lock on the positioning where these people are meeting, then you go there. It's high risk because you know that there are enemies there. You know that they are opposing signals from you, and then you go through the challenges to complete your task. That's basically why we have named them the way that we did. I think I can one cycle this guy if he opens up. We're gonna run out of juice. Maybe. Nope, not fast enough. All right. I got this nano transmitter back really fast. I think it's because I changed my passes around, right? Or my perks? No, I didn't. For some reason, I thought I was using percussive maintenance, but that's fine. I will keep it. Now, if I was missing a blueprint at all, like any blueprint in my crafting, right? Like any primary, any secondary, any module, any consumable, any component, any catalyst, when you take out the boss in a high risk, it guarantees a blueprint to drop. Now, generally speaking, it prioritizes catalysts first. Okay, so let me just say that one more time. So when you're in a high risk area and you beat a boss, it will always drop a blueprint, always. And it prioritizes catalysts first. In fact, catalyst blueprints only drop in high risk areas at this time. But once you get all the catalyst blueprints, you can absolutely start finding blueprints for all the other things by still doing high risk areas, guaranteed drops. So it's nice. So it's nice. Yeah, but why the outlaw there in lore logic? And gaming of is pretty good as a challenge. Okay, oh, so you're wanting lore? I love this question immediately. So, yeah, I've been really cracking open dialogue about lore recently, and so I love this question. In short, there used to be this grand war between the Okar, an alien reptilian species present in the Beltigrades, which is where this cluster is, where we're currently flying, and the Colonials, which are mostly humans coming from Earth, in fact, to find new opportunities, right? And things went down, people died, and then everyone was like, we need to stop shooting each other. So a treaty was made. They started to demilitarize the Beltigrades, hence why this is now known as the DMZ, the demilitarized zone, the demilitarized zone. And there were a bunch of punks who decided, instead of like following the treaties and everything, they're like, you know what, we're not gonna be colonial affiliated. We're gonna say no to that. We're gonna be our own boss. We're not gonna operate inside of the law. We're gonna operate outside of it. And we're gonna stay and pick up all the militarized pieces. We're gonna scoop them up. We're gonna start a new life, and we're gonna have happy days. And as you can imagine, there's a lot of pockets of people that exist out here that are doing crazy things to try and survive. Most of them end up being hostile because instead of having a good meal to eat, they got all this militarized goods, these leftovers from a war, that they need to utilize to either beg, borrow, or steal from others that exist in this area. Now, it has been getting cleaned up a bit. There are more noteworthy factions, or rather manufacturers, that have been making their presence known in the DMZ. But for the most part, you're gonna have pockets of resistance, you're gonna have pockets of rebels, you're gonna have these outlaws. That exists basically everywhere. It's just a matter of locating them, cracking open their signals, and taking them out, reforming them, what have you. And for our game, because we like to, shoot things and blow them up, it happens to be shoot things, blow them up, and collect loot. There you go. There you go. We had another union? Yeah, we have another union. Okay, so over-leveled. Oh, I like that. GMB allies. Oh, that's gonna make things easy, but I don't care. I remember somebody had mentioned, I think it was Bearded Frog, actually. Somebody mentioned how they didn't like how Alec was removed from these high-risk areas. Yes, it's true. We did do that because we want them to be a challenge, but we also have certain mutators, like this one, that can just spin it right back around. So we're going to use this one. GMB allies are going to be nearby. Oh, we just crossed into the smuggler's wheel, so our high-risk area shifted over there. No big deal. Hey, Eric, can you zoom in on Drake real quick? Not in this build, but I love that cheeky question. Not sure if I asked before, is game designed for playing with mouse and keyboard? Can we use a joystick? You absolutely can use a joystick. We have HOTAS and HOSAS support, which will be further refined. Oh, yeah. Oh, but we do recommend mouse and keyboard play, primarily. There's also controller support, as the game will be coming to consoles. We'll have more information on those consoles at around the time of Gamescom this year, which is somewhat soonish. I feel like it's sooner than later. All right, so we got some GMB distracting these fools. Gonna make this super easy. Look, even this sniper drone. Okay, now I gained, that's my fault. But most of them are distracted, so we're just gonna focus in on this armor drone. Uh-oh. Did I just hit that GMB guy? Maybe I need to be careful with my splash damage. There we're taking out way too many of them. We need more. Oh, good. I'm glad they worked them. Whoop. Now, if I start picking up new consumables, guys, I'll talk about them. It's work in progress, though, so just keep that in mind. So we might talk a little bit about consumables today. Might not be too much. Big thing is going to be showing some concept art. When we're done with this high risk area, we will crack open some discussion pertaining to a little faction that is going to be showing up in the Drake system that was also present in EVERSPACE 1. That is not what I wanted. All right. There we go. What type of thruster do I have? Do I need... Well, I guess that's not bad. All right. I feel like my boosting's a little hindered. I might seek out a different thruster. Just one that has a little bit more pop to it, you know what I mean? Good. That was nice. Excellent. Oh, wow, I really threw him around. Okay. Oh, those energy orbs, perfect placement. Scooped them up from the drop drones or ships nearby. So I had constant refueling for my weapons. That was nice. Synchro pulse first, autocannon second. Absolute destruction. I love it. All right. So now I've been using controller 99% of the time. That reminds me, I need to post on Steam some ideas that may help with controller support. Absolutely, by all means. Yeah, we have a wide range of support options that we are going for as well, and want to make sure that players like PC, mouse keyboard players, like obviously we feel like, you know, you're getting served really well. We also want to make sure that you controller players out there are also getting what you need to thrive and survive in this space. And you know, Andy has also been doing a lot of tweaking to the HOTAS support. I think he's inevitably going to be targeting the track IR support as well. Like I think he's the one in charge of that. But regardless, we do have track IR support that's also going to be showing up. Obviously, that's not, you know, a controller, but still, like, just highlighting some other things that are still happening in the future. Good stuff. Bearded Frog, will it work on N64 controllers with the Rumble pack? So I have an official response for you. Sincerely, On our frequently asked questions, one of the questions is, can I use joysticks, rudder pedals, or alternate input devices to play EVERSPACE 2? This is our official response. While HOTAS and HOSAS are supported, there are no plans to officially support rudder pedals. Technically, any USB input device should work with the plugin we're using, but we won't provide presets nor tests for pedals, dance mats, steering wheels, fishing poles, guitars, etc. So try using those at your own risk, all right? You want to get it to work, more power to you, but we are not providing that as a default option. Thank you very much. All right, let's go ahead and cruise back to Prescott to take a quick breather. And then from there, we'll jump into some concept art. That's probably why you're here. You saw that in the title. You want to know more. I want to know more. I want to talk about things. Are we going to see a sneak peek of tier 3 and 4 ships, or are we going to see them at 1.0? And of course, Michael responds with, knowing Eric, he'll spill some beans even though tier 3 and tier 4 are reserved for 1.0. Oh my gosh. And he's absolutely correct. In fairness, we have actually used some tier 3s and even a couple tier 4 ship wings and art marketing materials prior to us even doing live streams themselves. So I wouldn't even technically be spoiling them because we've already shown them. Yeah, so that's what I'm sticking to. I'm not violating any terms or services agreements. It's nothing bound there. So yeah, we good. All right. Let's see, office hangar, Cato Palace. What? What's that symbol? What does that mean? All right, let's go over here to the G&B office hangar. No, not the G&B office hangar, the freelancer hangar. I just want to see what some other ships. Oh, the irony here. I was actually gonna stop here to purchase a new ship, but I actually can't. I actually can't. Because they're actually new, I find this hilarious that Michael just said that, and look what we've got here. Look what we've got here. Oh my gosh. That's as closest to that as I can get. We'll have to reserve that for later. All right, we're gonna save right here. That is beautiful. Oh my gosh. So, we're gonna jump over to some concept art. Wow, I'm incredibly impressed by that timing. All right, and yeah, so we have a healthy bit of new concept art actually. We're gonna cover some prior ground that we had hit before, and then we'll move into some new ground, just to show you guys what's going on. So I do need to kill the music in the game. Whoops. Actually, I'm just gonna kill the game outright. Just complete murderize it. Sorry, game. You are now deceased. But don't worry. We do have music in the background, right? So like I said, we're gonna start from concept art that we did highlight before, okay? So this is stuff we've actually already shown, and then we're gonna move into stuff that we haven't seen yet. It will be all good, I promise. I promise. So for anyone who doesn't know, the Zerilia combat units, this is the Zerilia faction, if you will. This is something that we've been talking about will make their presence soon in the summer update, very likely. And they are another sub-faction of Outlaws. They're much larger than a traditional faction of them, so instead of them just being general outlaws, they have a lot more purpose, they have a lot more weight in the EVERSPACE 2 playing field. Similar to that of like a Bloodstar, right? So they have their own unique styles, they have their own special effects and stuff. And this is the first look that we had on their version of the Scout, Bomber, and Drone. They're just labeled as that right now. Could change, not honestly sure. let's keep cracking into this, doing a little bit more. We also had shown the Okar Prime combat units. This is the concept art. I think it's really cool to just look at this and see how well this was realized. Like, this came out of an artist's mind, right? There's no nothing here except just, I have an idea and I want to jot it down. I want to make artwork. And then from here, our beautiful developers took this and made a model out of it. Pretty nuts. And also pretty close to this authentic initial drawing as well. Here we go. Oh, this one's new. I don't think I was ready to dump into this one, but hello there. So this is a Retaliator, this new faction that we are going to discuss. Now, I do want to give you guys a heads up. Any EVERSPACE 1 veterans out there may be familiar with the Phantom Retaliators, but only if you had the DLC. Oh my gosh. Lore was content locked behind the DLC. That is so kind of actually awesome if you think about it, because that way, you know, the gameplay experience. Anyway, the point is that if you embarked on the quests with Alec, this friendly guy, part of this faction known as the Coalition, he was having some trouble dealing with these Phantom Retaliators, right? And so you embarked on this sort of quest to help him build up his ranks. And through that process, you ran into this boss known as Zach that you had to like surprise attack, and then the Coalition swooped in, took him down. Anyone remember Zach? Any of you guys out there, you're like, oh my gosh, I know that name. That's familiar. Or maybe there's one of you out there who was like, oh yeah, I was the Kickstarter backer who plugged that name into the game for the boss. That'd be cool if you're present. But otherwise, you take them down, you keep moving into new space, new territories, and you also take down the previous Coalition base that was taken over by the Phantom Retaliators. Spoilers, but that's what you do with Alec. You go in and you clean out the Phantom Retaliators, pushing them out of a certain system in EVERSPACE 1. Now that system is not defined. It could be a pocket base that they had in a neighboring system to Drake. Maybe it was actually in Drake. It's possible, I suppose. But the Retaliators are still very much alive and well, and they are pissed off. Probably at the Coalition and maybe at more people. But as you can see from their general aesthetic, they have this very icy, almost like frosty sort of aesthetic to them. Very cold. You know, these white, these like bright neon sort of colors to highlight it, and the, you know, the soft blues. And their variation of the, you know, drone carrier here shows them that they're very present. They mean pretty serious business. And we'll see more of them, I imagine, pretty soon. Oh, whoops, wrong direction. We also had seen the Okar Clerical Corvette. You know, we already seen that before. Let's get into some new stuff. Oh yeah, here's another one. We'll talk a little bit more about the Phantom Retaliators too, though, because I want to make sure you guys understand all that beautiful, rich lore. But this one's actually another wing set for the gunship. Now, I know that a lot of you guys are super eager to see more wings, and they are being worked on. They just aren't necessarily priority right now, okay? But we do have this concept art to show you, so the gunship's still getting a lot more love. This is probably the least engine-like wings that the gunship has. Oh my goodness. Oh, I see Zerilia in chat. Hey, yeah, we were just talking about you. By the way, thank you so much for your Kickstarter support. I love your addition that you have created to the game. Anyway, so this gunship wing, yeah, we got this going on, and it's feeling pretty good. Yeah, it's nice to look at. Gunship lovers out there probably are hopefully digging that. It's also less blocky. I know that that's been something of a criticism of the gunship. So, you know, we can make some smoother angles. Excellent. Next up, we've got the Elite Squad. This was something that we also talked about a couple weeks back, I feel like. but this was the concept art that we were aiming for. So Gradient Brunt also has, you know, particularly the more corrupt members of Gradient Brunt have a bit more aggressive painting schemes on their ships, and you can see that here been a bit further refined, as well as the details of the ship. Like we're talking like the side wings and stuff. Like you can see a bit of variation that further distinguishes these ships apart. And those subtle little nuances, especially when you're like fighting them in game, seeing all these added angles and whatnot, or just protrusions in general. For me in particular, it tells me, that squeak though, it tells me, oh hey, this enemy's a little bit stronger, this enemy's a little bit more dangerous. So yeah, more protrusions means more dangerous. You know, just like spiders, I guess, or something. Anyway, next up, ooh, oh! Oh! I like this one. I like this one. This is another Zerillia Outlaw Faction Destroyer going on here. You guys are probably picking up that Zerillia's got this very fiery color scheme to it. You know, it's almost looks like there's lava coursing through the vessel itself. And with these destroyers, yeah, these are not messing around. They actually have additional turrets. They have thermal shields. What's that all about? That's interesting. They also can ram? Huh. All right, that's, man, what in the world's this thing designed for? It doesn't seem like it's very similar to the standard destroyer, but it's got a purpose. It's got an incentive. And yeah, it's there you go. These are definitely not fully implemented yet, I don't think. Maybe they are. But if they're not, we've been doing actually a lot of work on these factions within Drake. Progress has been good. I want to say that straight up. Not quite done. We might be highlighting some in-game screenshots of some of these ships soonish, maybe as a little bit of a teaser, maybe in a couple of weeks. Yeah, so definitely look forward to that. There could be some fun things to share on that front, but just remember all this concept art that I'm showing you. Just like see how much has been realized. We're really happy with how it's coming along. This is Maddox Freighter. I don't actually know if the implemented freighter in your build has this aesthetic yet. I think it's in mine. I could probably like try and find it really quick. But we wanted to make, you know, individuals, ships stand out, right? So Maddox, of course, you know, because he has a mining vessel specifically for Viridium, we wanted to capitalize on that, give it a color scheme to boot, and also, you know, keep his drone hatches for his special ramen drones, all of that crazy stuff to boot. So that's the concept of what we are, the concept art of a lot of these different vessels that you have seen, a couple that you haven't yet, just to get a good slice of how we are moving forward into the new territory, to the new ships that we are designing. The dreaded ramen drones. I know, right? It is good stuff. Oh my gosh. Looking over at Twitch, Zerillia is, he's in Twitch right now and he's having some fun with Michael, so you do you, I love it. Good stuff. But let's see. Let me see if I missed some quick questions, and we'll cycle back through these concept arts so you can keep having some looks, right? So let's see. Scrolling up through YouTube, making sure I didn't miss anything. Jay Gnarl saying I need to finish Alex stuff in EVERSPACE 1. Yes, I kind of spoiled it for you, and I'm sorry about that, but definitely do it. It's fun. When will we get access to Okar ships? Bill Farson, I think you asked that question last time too, and I when I was reviewing the stream, I saw your question that I completely missed. Sorry about that. So let me just give you a straight up answer. We are not going to be piloting Okar ships as a player ship. Like that's not something that we want to do. It's not really something that we had a vision for. That being said, it's possible, and I'm not making any guarantees here, but it is possible that we might have an opportunity to have some sort of like Viridium-based weapon or product, maybe, that the player could ultimately use We'd have to finagle the lore a little bit with that, because sincerely, authentically, the lore between Okar and Colonial Tech is that they don't blend. They do not work with one another. And the closest that you get with that is how you have the Mokar, that side quest in EVERSPACE 2, where outlaws are hijacking Okar ships. They're not even augmenting their standard, like, colonial-based ships with Okar tech, because they can't. Instead, they're stealing Okar vessels and finding ways to change the cockpit to fit inside. But those are enemies, right? That's not the player. We don't have incentives, we don't have direction, we don't have a desire to do that for the player side. So hopefully that's a thorough answer on that front. I also know it's probably not what you want to hear, but I want to make sure you understand where we're at, what we're creating on that front. Let's see. Just started playing EVERSPACE 2 on my new laptops, arrived hours ago. If I want to, can I attack and loot some Okar and GB ships and still expect them to not attack me? Probably not. They'll probably attack you. Bearded Frog says, wormhole generators? I don't know what you mean. Oh, you're talking about the scrolling marquee that I had fun with? Oh yeah, you should. I like how you guys are reading that, because I do have a lot of fun coming up with some of those responses that may or may not have little hints and nods towards things in the future. Kind of new here. What did that say? Shoot, I missed it. Any news about raising player level cap? I'm loving the designs, by the way. Oh, thank you. From X Vicious. Yeah, level cap will inevitably be raised again. I think even we have plans in the summer update to raise the level cap. Honestly, the level cap getting raised doesn't really do much, because at the end of the day, what's more important is what your opportunities look like. And until we add more equipment, more items, more itemization, like through modifiers and stuff like that, levels, it's more of just like a persistent number that says, oh, hey, you did a good job, you collected enough experience. But we are adding more content to that front, and once that content is done, then I think the level being raised is gonna feel a lot better. You know, kind of like legendaries, for example. So, yeah, that's good. Let's see what else we got. What else we got? Zerulia, I hope you won't be mad that we will destroy your faction over and over. Oh my gosh, nice. That's good, that's good. Answering a couple more questions. What are wormhole generators, Eric? You know, I would say ask Carly Sharp, but she's probably not doing well. You know, there's wormhole tech that definitely exists in the EVERSPACE Beltigrades. GMB has had a hand in that, and I think that also the Okar use some type of distortion technology using Viridium, probably, to create wormholes. At least it's implied. Scientists don't quite know yet, but it definitely exists. It's definitely possible. Let's see. What else we got? Eric, you missed my question that I asked in 2020. Bloodstar, can you please ask me what the question was so that I can ghost it again, or so that I can answer it? What are the wormhole? No, I already answered that one. Okay. Let's see. What else we got? Didn't Carly have a way to summon wormholes? Look at this. Look at this guy. I see somebody who's played EVERSPACE 1. Can we pilot Mokar ship though? Goodness gravy, my bad. No, we really don't have a desire to pilot ships like these. We want the player ship to be customizable, which is why you're the only one flying the one that you have. So like other people aren't flying the same ship you have. I know some people would be like, oh yeah, no, you should have them others like randomized out there. And maybe we will at some point. It's possible. That's not a guarantee, by the way. Like legitimately, we don't know if we want to do that. At the end of the day, truly the design direction for the player ship is to make it distinct. And in order to make something distinct is by having its own unique silhouette that is not mimicked or copied anywhere else. That's why the player ship has a lot of different modules for you to have your own distinct look. You have your own color palette to present yourself in your game space as the only one with that customized vessel. That's how that works. All right, so that's all the concept art. We cycled through all of it. We're just gonna sit on these retaliators just for a moment longer though, because yeah, this is a returning faction. The Phantom Retaliators, just called Retaliators for short, definitely have been around for a very long time in the DMZ. In fact, this is one of the factions, actually most of the factions, you know, the Zerulia faction, Phantom Retaliators, the Coalition, Bloodstar, all of these factions were present during the wars. When the peace treaties were made, these factions then were created. Like for example, the Bloodstar faction, I don't know if you know this, but the Bloodstar faction is the remnants of the workers of Palemon. Palemon's wound, when it exploded from the Okar, a lot of those survivors, or rather the few survivors and their families, like in order for them to capitalize in the DMZ and survive beyond that, they decided, you know what, we're gonna create our own group, we're gonna have our own rules, we're gonna do something about this. And it started off as something good and pure, and it got twisted, as most things in the DMZ tend to do. The Retaliators are also no different on that front. They were part of a militarized group, I think even maybe colonial specifically, but you know, things went sideways for them. Let's see. They were some of their lore. Yeah, they were created around the same time as like Bloodstar, when the treaties were made. Yeah, like they were vying for power, and you know, each of the different factions, of course, have their own mindsets in regards to how things need to be handled. So the Retaliators and the Coalition in particular, like they really butt heads with one another, especially because they're somewhat close proximity, I would say. But yeah, there you go. All right, gonna answer just a couple more questions, then we're gonna get back into the game space and fly around and shoot stuff again. I will continue answering questions though, because I really want that to be a big part of today's stream. We can also cover some of the topics that we discussed last week, since we did have a lot to talk about, I feel like. Yeah. Is there going to be mod support? I want to fly an R-Wing. Dude, flying an R-Wing would be freaking sick, dude. That sounds amazing. Mod support is not in the plans. It's something that we think would be amazing to add if we do. This is a big, bold if, with an asterisk. If we add mod support, it will be after the 1.0 release. We have to get the game and all its contents in first. Let's see. Which one did you want me to cycle over to, Bearded Frog? Which one did you want to see? Just tell me and I'll cycle to it. Think it's immersion breaking that Adam has access to custom vessels. Dude, yeah, no, I understand. Some people are gonna have their immersion broken over the littlest things, Excelsior, but like it's part of the gamification and how we want the story to be told through the eyes of the player. We want your ship to be yours and nobody else's. Nobody else is gonna be flying that thing. That's how we designed it. So if you don't like that vision, I'm sorry. That is very much intended on our end though. Let's see. Will there be new ship colors? I think not all colors of the new factions are in. Maybe we can get them too, says Flory2931. It's very possible that we could see more ship colors. That hasn't been a point of conversation. It just hasn't been on the top of discussions internally since we've been working on adding content. Customization, just to be completely clear on this front, like customization as a whole, we would love to add more and more and more and more. Like we really would. However, we also want to make sure that, here we go. Wormhole generator, this is the one you want to look at. We also want to make sure that as we're adding this customization, we're not putting it at the forefront of development because of other priorities to build the game space. We want to make sure that you have remarkable systems to work with, to have an enjoyable experience first, and then the icing on the cake is to make things more your own, to add that level of player agency, to have your style, to have your look, to have your feel. And we will absolutely be adding more on that front in the future. Maybe ship colors is one of those things. Very, very possible. Very possible. Okay, so like one more question, and then we're gonna go back. Let's see. And also, Michael, thank you so much for helping answer questions too, guys. Big shout out, by the way, sincerely. Like, I'm not even brown nosing my boss at this point. Like, with all sincerity, like, how many streams have you gone to where the freaking CEO of the development team is present, answering questions, like taking out his valuable time and energy to like just engage and talk with you all? How many CEOs do you know who do that? Because I only know one, and he's here right freaking now. So sincerely, thank you, Michael, for making this an important part of your day to help clarify questions and just engage. Sincerely. Really, really good stuff. Also, Eric, could you answer Excelsior's question? Did I miss a question? Are you guys working on more sounds for the Ancient Wardens in particular? That's a very interesting, very specific question. There are more sounds coming. There's new weapon sounds, of course. Maybe we might even encounter some of those today, maybe. New enemy sounds for sure will happen too, because I mean, there's more enemies still coming. I don't know in particular the specifics for the Ancient Warden. It could happen. I might ask Gero once he's done with a lot of the German localization stuff that he's been working on. Yeah. Have you tried rapid coil guns on a Stinger with device master active? Sounds badass. Yeah, that does actually sound badass. What does the wormhole generator do on that GMB squad leadership? Is it a weapon? No. It creates a wormhole. GMB tech does use wormholes. They do, in fact, use wormholes. Very much so. This is confirmed lore from EVERSPACE 1. The ship that Carly Sharp pilots is a GMB ship. She's employed by GMB, regardless of her overarching intentions, that has wormhole technology, and she uses that to go different places. Absolutely. I said I was going to answer one more question. Look at me, still looking for more questions. Okay. All right. So we're going to take a very quick break. Then we're gonna get back into flying around. Rest assured, when we get back into flying, that doesn't mean we can't show any more concept art. Shoot, maybe at the end of the stream, I'll show some fan art that we missed last week as well. I'm not sure yet. We'll just kind of fly by the seat of our pants, but keep asking some questions. We'll dive right back into the game here in just a moment. So thank you guys so much for hanging out, by the way. I really do love it when you're here, when you're just being super cool, super friendly. It's great. Gives me life, gives me purpose. Dig it very much. Well, shucks, you could probably imagine that whenever I take breaks like that, I'm trying to like plot and scheme something. Unfortunately, my scheming didn't go as well as I'd like. I was gonna try and see if something was ready to kind of like poke into and show. It's not. It's not, but we might have some new stuff to show somewhat soonish, maybe a couple of weeks, so you guys are aware. Like in-game stuff. We will see. We will see. All right. Just had a heart transplant on May 28th? Whoo! Well, I'm glad things went well. I'm glad things went well. Chilling with some fine space folks, making my day. That's awesome. I'm glad you're hanging out. Yeah, good luck recovering. I hear that can sometimes be an interesting process, and I wish you the best. Hopefully things come together very well for you. Where did Eric go? Oh, I was taking a quick break and trying to sneak something, but can't sneak it. Sorry. Thank you guys for being super chill with me. Ah, I love it. I dig it. Somebody asked about Wormhole Technology to go to the Okar homeworlds. Will we see it in EVERSPACE 2? Like, my goodness, what? How am I supposed to respond to that? Like, come on. Like, I feel like you're trapping me with that question. Like, first off, that was DLC content for EVERSPACE 1 for anybody who didn't know. So we know that the technology is out there, but we also know that technology has changed a little bit in the DMZ from even the events of EVERSPACE 1, which is technically maybe like 6 months, maybe a year apart from the events of EVERSPACE 2, okay? Like, you know, stuff like the ARC 9000 from Salvor Industries, like completely being, you know, bought out and discharged, like no longer being craftable. And then cheeky people was like, well, screw that. I'm going to modify the framework of a heavy fighter and create reconstitutioning technologies to emulate an ARC 9000. Like, I mean, you got transformations like this that happen. You know, with Wormhole Technology, like we're cracking open into a discussion that's not quite ready to be had yet, right? I think that there's a number of people who can look at this map and aside from the fact, like, this is incomplete, of course, it's work in progress. But I feel like if you wanted to go over here to this place, right? Say you wanted to go over here and you are in Cedo, like, is the only possible route to use the fast travel system, the spatial bypass? Is that going to be the only way to do it? Could there be other ways to navigate this game space? Because we know that there are multiple traveling opportunities already, just like from the foundational lore that's been established. You know, we have super light travel, which is very fast, but then we have gates that's crazy fast. It like basically teleports you from one system to another. Like this is not realistic whatsoever. This distance is massive between systems. That's why the gates exist, right? But then spatial bypass, it's a new method, a new technology to basically teleport by going through the folds of space. That's how Kala describes it. We know wormholes exist. We know that. So let's wait to see what happens. And maybe we'll have more to talk about on that front. All right, so let's go. Actually, is this the Mokar side quest? Have we not picked it up in the save file? Is this one I'm not supposed to pick up? Hang on a second. Oh no, I'm not supposed to pick this one up, I don't think. All right, never mind. We're gonna leave that alone. Let's go over here to the GMB Union branch so we don't get in trouble. All right. I might have missed it from Everspace 1, but what galaxy is the DMZ in? How far from Earth? Good question. If I recall correctly, the DMZ is also in the Milky Way galaxy, same galaxy. It's just a far bit of space between Earth and the cluster it resides in. Yeah, it takes a long time to travel from Earth to the DMZ. Basically, when you get to the DMZ, you basically can kiss Earth goodbye. You're not gonna see it for a while. Yeah, very long distance away, basically across the other side of the galaxy. Think of it like that. But yeah. Does the Okar Expanse include parts of the Okar homeworlds? The Okar Expanse is basically the Okar homeworlds. So let's look at the map really quick. We'll talk about this. So a long time ago, there was a Kickstarter and it actually had a map on it showcasing the Okar Expanse border, which it showed it on the right side, like over here, and the colonial border, which was shown on the left side, like over here. So we are in the DMZ, which is the neutral territories between the Colonials Expanse and the Okar Expanse. And the Okar live on a bunch of desert planets, desert homeworlds, multiple homeworlds, whereas the Colonials homeworld is literally Earth, nowhere near this, but the Colonial HQ is probably like, I don't know, somewhere over here. Somewhere, I don't know, over that front. But the Okar Expanse is over on this side. Cool. And no visiting Earth. No Earth visiting. We wanted to separate ourselves from any earthen ties for the game space and the stories that we're telling. Gonna answer a couple more questions, then we'll just dive right back into things. These are good questions, by the way, guys. I really like that. Did they have to put Earth cows in cryosleep to make it to the DMZ? I love this question because it ties into one of the scrolling marquees I had the other day. Oh man, guys, if you're not reading those scrolling marquees, you're missing out. Oh my gosh. But yeah, they had to, bring cows over from Earth, both as a means for food, profits, baking. Gotta have milk, right? Of course, there's new foods and products available in the DMZ, but we do know that there are some types of earthen products brought here, because what do they want from me? Because even the in search of prey. Earthen wine. You find earthen wine, right? That's definitely a thing that exists in this game. We're gonna take out this ancient warden really quick because he's not where he should be. It's a shame we have this autocannon. Actually, for the purposes of this, do I have a better? We'll make a better weapon. Let's actually here. Let's move the autocannon and form it right here so it locks us into the primary weapon. Can't even select any of these other things. And let's just make something that could be really good against an ancient. So we got a thermogun. The tracking's gonna be nice. That wasn't what I was expecting. But let's keep going. Oh, it's crafted. I can't modify crafted items. I forgot about that. Okay, shoot. Well, if we found a thermogun, that would be nice. That's a little unfortunate. But we can at least cycle between the two. Hold up, I think that's a new weapon sound effect. Hang on, let's focus in on that. I think that's a new weapon sound effect. We're gonna kill the sounds. I wanna see if this is the case. Thermogun sound. I believe that's a new one. Yeah, it's a new one. Now keep in mind there are new sounds for all the weapon still in the work. All the weapons. Multiple sounds for all weapons still in the works.
My instincts were right. You are in trouble.
Man, Ancient Warden's got a lot tougher and more accurate. That's for sure. Oh wait, no, I'm just getting killed by a freelancer. You punk.
I'm out of here.
Get out of here. All right. That's better. Oh. Armor breaker missiles. All right. I'll take it. Cool. So let's turn the audio back on. Boop. Boop. Oh man, we really ticked everyone off here. Let's just leave. What happened to all those Australian frogs, by the way? There hasn't been a follow-up yet. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I kind of want to go to Zarkov. I feel like I don't give that place enough love. There's a lot of secret stashes here. Let's make that our next destination. Wardens be slippery? Yeah, they certainly are. Couldn't they just clone the cows? I mean, you have to have cows to clone first. So they had to bring the cows, and now I'm sure they're cloning them all over the place. I know that there are stipulations against cloning in the DMZ, particularly for militarized purposes. I think in general for sentient creatures, it's outright banned. So yeah, we are flying a literal basket case. Definitely should not exist, but we are allowed because of the generosity, the exploitation of Commissioner Huck. Militarized cows? What? Oh my gosh. That would be utterly devastating. Alright, alright, that was bad, that's real bad. Oh yeah. I hope you guys don't mind, but today is also a day just to kind of So per usual, if you're just sneaking into the stream, this is not just a dance stream. Hi, my name is Eric, community ambassador here. We do these development streams to talk to you guys, answer questions, hang out, show you up and coming things. And right now, I'm just kind of chilling. So if you got a question, feel free to sneak on into the Twitch or the YouTube chats. Ask me. I'm happy to be of your assistance. Ah! Oh man, I love that. Any new sounds for Gauss cannon? Gauss needs it badly. I don't think so, but we can check. Let's check. There were a couple new sound effects that snuck into the game that I was not informed about. So let's just check right now. Let's get rid of this thermal gun. Why did I put that there? Let's Now, I'm not gonna go through all of the different weapons to check. We're not gonna do that. But let's just see if the Gauss cannon has new sounds. Oh! Oh my gosh, I love that. Guys, hang on a second. Oh! All right. Oh my goodness. All right, let's get this nice and clear Gauss cannon. Oh my gosh. All right, you ready for this? Are you ready? All right, here we go. Oh, I kind of wish it would stack a little bit more. I'm gonna talk with Gairo about that, see what he can do, but man, that initial burst. Oh gosh, that's got some weight to it. You're like, don't get too excited. Man, no, I'll tell you what, like, sound design is so important in gaming. And I know a lot of you guys understand that, but shoot, man, when it's done right, like, it just, slaps. Oh, I like that a lot. Please drop the experimental. That sounds awesome. Sorry, it's not ready yet. There's a lot of bugs and things you're not supposed to see that I've accidentally shown you in the course of this stream already, but that's besides the point. Oh my gosh, needs more reverb. Yeah, I agree. We'll see what can happen on that part. I know that we actually have had an issue, so we're gonna transforming into, like, I'm super excited nerdy talk here into more like development aspects of creating these different components. When it comes to sound design, there are a lot of frustrating challenges when it comes to overlapping these different files. If you have too many, that can create a number of issues, canceling things out, calling things to stall, making things just not feel right whatsoever. You're kind of getting a little bit of that impact here when these are firing faster, because you can hear it like cut off and you don't get the added reverb of every single shot. But I do know that Gairo's been making some pretty solid work on that front to fix other weapons like pulse lasers. You can hear the reverb beyond that, right? Every single one you can hear. Also on the autocannons, that was a big issue. I think that was even creating some crashes for us. But yeah, it's a process. It's a process. We're gonna hear a lot more sounds. Oh my gosh. That's nice. That's nice. Suddenly I want to like craft all the things, but we'll definitely have to keep that in the back pocket for next time or so. I'm also doing a really silly thing and taking a long time to all these. Oh, we have some rare nanobots. We're gonna move that over there. What's this one? This is a damage limiter. Boring! I could have sworn I had a Zarkov signal decoder. Oh well. Maybe we can earn one. But we're gonna do some exploration here. See what we can find. Third hard point with it? All right. I'm gonna craft a new one just because I saw that question. I'm doing this for you. Who asked that question? Shoot, Kazaa? Oh, Kazaa. Of course it was Kazaa. All right, so here we go. Ready? For the full effect. Here we go. All right, third hard point. Yeah, really affects that reverb. So I think that will be something that inevitably gets addressed. But as you guys know, when you're jumping into these bleeding edge development streams, you're gonna see some stuff that's plugged in that isn't done. And I think this is the case of one of those things. Pretty sure it is. Time will tell. All right. Oh, a heat sphere dispenser. That's fun. Now, where does this go? I actually should have looked around first. Just gonna just drop that heat sphere. do some exploration first to figure out maybe we can find where we need to go. Now these guys shouldn't be too bad because I think, yeah, this is a lower level location. I do like the autocannon when it's tripled up. That sounds great. Aha! Oh, that's a protector sphere socket. Okay, so we got different energy products in the area we're gonna need to find. Probably one's in here. We're just gonna clear that out first. Do not want to be irradiated. Anybody who hasn't seen that before, if you take too much radiation, it drops your maximum hull points until you get it fixed. Where is this guy? Ah! Ah, it's so devious. Why would you hide something like that off of your map? Who are these devs? Oh, it's mean. All right. Did I miss any questions? Nope. I see somebody said I play Star Wars Squadrons. Yeah, I like Star Wars Squadrons. That was a good game. I say was as though it's no longer significant, but if it's still significant to you, awesome. You do you. I enjoyed the campaign. I like the drifting mechanics, which you could kind of see I was kind of doing something similar. Let's get this to where it needs to go. But obviously, Squadrons and EVERSPACE 2, very, very different games. Oh, there are. Corrosion mines, yay! Give me a signal decoder. I tried. All right, let's see. They're identical? Wow, okay. Okay. That does not happen very frequently, like, ever. Unless it's a bug. All right. Oh! Nope. Unfortunate. I got really excited there for a second. Alright, hang on. Hang on, you. Read an interesting thing. System of telescopes. Okay, you're talking about real world stuffs. All right, that's interesting. General, if you do have a suggestion for basically anything, catalysts included, definitely post it over on the forums. A lot of you guys know that, but yeah, I mean, we have we have absolutely been taking in and implementing some of your guys' ideas, especially when it comes to like quality of life improvements, of course. But there have been a couple here and there that have become kind of like, I would even argue like foundational systems to improve the game space. So if you guys have ideas about like content you would want to see, you know, plop it in the forums. There's not a guarantee that it will happen, of course. We go through extensive reviews, and obviously there's also a lot established already through our vision. So it's not like you can come up with new characters and completely new ship designs and a new story arc. Like if you're thinking that far out there, I'm just gonna tell you, no, it's not gonna happen. But you know, if you have a nice idea for like a item modifier or a catalyst, as Jay Gnarl's kind of pointing out, throw down your thoughts on the forums. Not the best spot for discussion here, though. But we have seen some clever ideas, that's for sure. Whoop. I got so used to pressing escape to get out of the inventory screen, and then I think Tease is the one who automated it. And like, I'm really glad that it just automates so you don't have to open up the inventory anymore, but I keep forgetting that it does it. Let's go into these big engine-like things.
Well executed.
I hear you. I know you're there lurking. We just appreciate the light. Ah, great. All right, anyway. Now I know there's an intricate pathway through this thing. Need to find it, I guess. Energy injector. Man, come on. Keep finding all the consumables you guys know about. I want to get a new one. Guy just rammed me. What a jerk. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now this is pod racing. Wait, can I say that? I'm not in legal trouble, am I? That's fine? Is that fine? Okay, all right. This is where the fun begins? All right. All right, let's see. Excellent. Nope, armor drone, where are you at? Right there. Get out of here. All right, got an energy sphere dispenser. Man, I don't know how many of you guys have like fully completed all the areas in EVERSPACE 2, but let me tell you what, your dedication to exploration has been inspiring, really. A lot of you guys have been cataloging for the wiki and helping others out. That's super cool. In fact, I like some of the ways that you've been cataloging the maps and like helping people understand like the pathways that they can go through these little spaceways too.
Another to Stardust.
Pretty neat. All right, so we need energy spheres. Man, look at this place, it's so crazy. You know, it's kind of refreshing being in this place and not having my map completely overwhelmed with different markers. This was something that we actually adjusted months ago, where when you're on the interior of a space, you have certain things that are highlighted more prominently because they're either close by or in the same territory as you are, and then they vanish when you are no longer near them. In addition, like other things that are in the overarching space you're at, so like right now we're considered in space outside of the asteroids, all the other things that are also out in space are lightly highlighted so that you know you can get to those, whereas other things like these over here, how dark they are within something else. So if I go in here like this, so now all of the other lights went dark on our UI. So we know that the only thing that's really in here, it looks like, is all the way over there, that reflecting panel that we didn't pick up. That's somewhere in this cave structure, but everything else is not. So a nice little simple UI adjustment that makes your eyes bleed less. I think it came out pretty well. So reminder, I'm still answering questions, even though I'm just kind of like flying around, exploring this place. Also keep in mind, I'm very happy to talk about lore stuff too. I'm talking like, you wanna know more about the Okar, maybe the Zerilia faction, Retaliators that we talked about, Coalition a little bit. We can talk about that too. We can talk about Redeemers, G&B. You know, let me know. It doesn't just have to be stuff like, well, what about the game that's doing blah, 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 this, that, the other. No. You can be like, hey, tell me more about this thing that's present in the game. Drop me the deets, you know? By all means. I'm happy to help and talk. I am never gonna get a signal decoder from these guys. Goodness gravy. Where's the wiki? What's the site? Gilles Mercier asks. Let me pull it up really quick. I literally Google Everspace 2 wiki. And then I just, okay, so it's Everspace Wiki is what it's called. It's everspace.fandom.com. You know, casual shout out to Grindel because he's put a lot of that together and coordinated it. It has everything on Everspace and Everspace 2. And you know, I will say that we do officially support this wiki. Grindel's really good about asking me questions about what we can use and what we can't use to post things over on that front. And we're happy to like make sure that those elements come across pretty cleanly. Now, we ourselves, we being ROCKFISH Games, like we are not updating the wiki. We are not adding to the wiki. It is a community-focused wiki, but we are happy to assist to help populate that, specifically me. So yeah, there's a lot of good information on that front. A lot of good information on that front. How extensive will the gang wars be? That is a little bit too revealing to answer. As it is a large update showing up in the summer, though, I think you can imagine that it's going to be, at least to some degree, fairly important to the overarching narrative that we're telling, and should be, to some degree, you know, impactful. Jay Gnarl asks about Adam's sister. Oh my goodness, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Spoilers for EVERSPACE 1, but she's not doing so well. Ah, woo! Yeah. Don't know what else to tell you on that front. Not sure it's one of those things where you can just walk it off either. Like it's it's probably a little more on the permanent side of things. Deets on maybe crafting part of ships for cosmetic fun. For like tier 3 and tier 4 wings, the plan is to implement those closer to the 1.0 release. We truly do want to withhold certain types of content so that when it drops all at once, you get an incredibly large package to mull through and to decide between. And customization's one of those components. Mainly because we, like, sincerely, and I said this a little bit earlier on the stream, we do have a strong focus right now to get content done. To get content included in the game. And that means that all those fun aesthetic-based tasks are put on the back burner. Whew, that was tedious. But yeah, can't really give you a date on that one. And so I'm sorry. Maybe Q1 of next year, like maybe like there'll be a, I don't know, maybe there's like gonna be like an aesthetic drop update right before, so you can like figure out how you want to customize right before we wipe your save file, so you start fresh without any sort of bugs, gimmicks, improper flags, exploits, or whatever that would carry over from the save files. Maybe there's a chance of something like that. I'm not sure. Honestly, that's kind of in the hands of Michael. My guess is that it's going to be, it's just probably going to just straight up be reserved for the 1.0 release. Because it makes sense on our part developmentally, from a development standpoint. There we go. A lot of Culver Crystal here. Didn't realize that. Oh, it's high. Okay, high in Culver Crystal. Nice. Excellent. I'm gonna read this out loud since Michael said it. So Slorine Tenson asked, where's the question? Where's it at? Where's the question? Oh, it's regarding the gang wars. Okay, so that question about the gang wars, Michael responded and said it's quite extensive. Okay, so he just, boom, revealing all the things, and he says that I'm the spoiler. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Michael also says that we're working on an announcement trailer. Dare to say it should blow you away. I've seen parts and pieces of it, and I lied. I've seen all of it. It's still in a work in progress, but let me tell you what. Yeah, it's pleasant. It's pleasant. Should be fun. Any other things that I missed? Looks good. Can we get a dump of the internal wiki to help with the one on fandom? Absolutely not. Oh my gosh. I know it was a joke question, but we have to point that out. Once the game's like complete, then we can start transferring some of those sneaky sort of details through, much like we did for EVERSPACE 1 actually. But yeah, until they're like done, some files and stats are gonna be not shared because it wouldn't benefit anybody. It might just confuse people more. That's not what we'd like to do. Not what we'd like to do at all. All right, let's try and clear this thing out, because I know that there's a little puzzle to solve over here. Oh, hello. All right, so whatever weapon we refine, whatever drops, I'm just gonna start using to see if we can find more sound effects and stuff.
I'm fine, I can handle it.
I can't fire credits, so that sucks. Give me a weapon. Nano repair kit. All right, well. What do we got? Equalizer. Any new sound for the equalizer? That is a new sound. We're gonna keep the music on, it's fine. That's a new one. Wait, where did that ship go that I was exploring? Oh, it's over here.
I'd better get going. See you later.
All right, toodles. All right. Is that it? Maybe that's one we already heard. Maybe that's one that was recently added. I can't tell. Oh my gosh, that kind of bothers me. All right. I do like it though. Where's the thing? Isn't there like a destructible plate over here? Am I crazy? Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. Guess we'll just take the reflecting panel and go use it on that beam laser. Come here, you. Come on, thank you. Oh my gosh. Surely we need to use this on that for some reason. No. Or we're just gonna leave that there. No, that's not a door. Okay. Something is nearby. I just don't know where it's at. Let's see what other questions we got brewing. I'm also going to, oh, hello. I see a couple other people sneaking in. Hello. Welcome to the stream. We've been, when's the trailer dropping? Oh my gosh. Let's see. It's the beginning. Hang on a second. Let's be thoughtful about this. Let's be thoughtful about this. This is the beginning of June. We know that the next update's in the summer. The last update was in the spring. It was basically the start of April is when the spring update dropped. So May, June, July, October. July, October, potentially the drops. I'm not telling you what's on the docket, by the way. I'm just telling you based on our previous schedules. I'm just like mulling this over. You know, if we were to do a teaser trailer at best, maybe a month before, but that might seem a little early. I'm not sure. So at best, you know, May, June, July, maybe, I don't know, at best mid to late June, maybe. So maybe a couple of weeks is possible for a trailer to drop. But I cannot confirm or deny anything on that front. You guys will just have to wait and find out. But I'm sure when it does, you'll like it. Fly to the end of the raid to target resources easier. Wait, is there something at the end of the... Do I need to move this? Nope. It was always kind of silly when I'm like showcasing the game and talking about all this development stuff that we're working on, all this behind the scenes information. And then there's like a challenge inside the game and I'm like looking around going, how do I do this? What's the play here? Shouldn't I know this? Shouldn't this be in my brain somewhere? I should have every single location perfectly memorized, right? Oh my goodness. It's fine, it's fine. We've been looking at this location for a while. I'm gonna change up the scenery. Let's answer some questions though. You already did it? Maybe I did. Maybe that, we're gonna go with that, Shadowy. I'm gonna hope. I'm gonna hope and say that we've already done it. I really don't know. I've only gotten 4 or 6 of the secret stashes and we haven't even destroyed a rigged asteroid, so legitimately don't know. Let's see. Should we go mine some of our good buddies Baramite? We have some rich Baramite in the Athorian Faults, Aethor 1, and the Immaculate Redemption. We can go to the Athorian Fault. Let's go there. Let's go get some Baramite. June-tober. Wait, did I jump to... Wait, did I list the months wrong? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Let's see what that's an unknown signal. Let's see what's here. Can you give us any extra lore insights into Kala's species? Actually, yes, I can. So there's a lot of scientific data that's been captured on Kala's species since the temporal yet also spatial observation sighting occurred inside of the Kite Nebula. In short, destroy an ally base. Nice. In short, what we know is that this species is incredibly intelligent, like absurdly smart. And we also know that it comes from a very logical standpoint, very like put together numbers incredibly well. Not to say that they don't have emotion, because they certainly do. But they seem to be a bit more level-headed than like a human in comparison. We also know that their species' skin color isn't necessarily completely bound to the color blue. It could have simply been a side effect of her transportation into the Kite Nebula. It could also have been a side effect of the nebula itself and her presence on the planet she took space on. Some scientists are even arguing that her skin color should be something more of like a tannish green. I don't buy it though. I think they're wrong. And then we also know that they have pointy ears. A lot of research went into that one. Oh, come on. Let's try that again. I just don't want your... Ah! My shields! I don't want your shield. How come that didn't work? Oh, goodness. Let's just corrosion him. I don't even care. Just die through corrosion. All right. More nanobots, that's nice. Man, this base does not have very many defenders. Either that or I haven't triggered the hangar. By the way, did you know that when bases generate, they have hangars? Fun fact. 5 missiles, flawless. Excellent, excellent, excellent. See if we can find the hangar. Anytime you see the hangar, it's lit green, which indicates that it hasn't been open yet.
This is bad.
Oh, this place might not actually have a hangar. Wow, we got a small base. Yeah, all right. But when the hangar is green and you fly up close to it, it will launch its fighters.
Great. Now make yourself useful. Counted and deposited.
When the hangar turns red, that means it's been completely emptied. So if it's still green after you fight a wave of enemies from it, that means that you can still get more enemies to fly out of it. All right, check and see if we got any new weapons. Oh, we got a rapid autocannon. Sounds the same. Standard autocannon, you've heard this one. What else we got? A cargo unit. It probably sounds the same. Let's see. Web missiles. Level 23. That's nice. Wow. We actually found a level 22 shield that's better. Increased recharge speed if your ship is exposed to sunlight. Nice. I'll take that. Damage limiter, damage booster, nano repair kit repairs a random damaged equipment item. That seems like it could be really useful in a pinch. All right, we're just gonna scrap some of this other stuff. I like what we got more. All right, we're good. All right, let's go. Let's keep going to Zarkov.
No need to thank me, Adam. See you around.
By the way, Eric forgot fan art again. Technically, we didn't have any scheduled today. I could show some fan art. We could do that. I've noticed that when crafting modules, you can't obtain items with firepower, structure, attributes. Is it a bug or is there any reason for this? If that's the case, that sounds like a bug. Certainly sounds like a bug. Because there is very much in the intent for having attributes generate. Does sound like a bug. Are the cargo drones fixed yet? What was the issue that you were experiencing with cargo drones? Can Okar create artificial star using Viridium? If Okar can do that, it would make sense if they had a star in one of their homeworlds that is so old, Okar had to create a new one using Viridium, which is why Start is green. Start is green. Now, to my understanding, with the Okar lore, from the understanding of the colonials, here we go. Oh my gosh, is that what we're doing? That's what we're doing. Basically, the Okar reside in systems that have authentic stars. However, the Viridium sources in their systems it's off the charts. It's absurd. And the colonials haven't really found too much of a use for Viridium, except in certain very particular instances to maximize extreme energy spikes, which generally destroy any mechanics that are attempted to be made. However, it should also be pointed out that the energies that radiate from Viridium also seem like they could be bound to interstellar travel that the Okar use. It's like almost attuned. I'm going to use the word attuned to their technologies. So yeah, it's a very fascinating thing. All of the Okar homeworlds, even though they're spaced out somewhat far from one another, because of this attunement, they travel very rapidly between them. All right. What's the average lifespan of a clone? Slorian Tetson, during the war, approximately 2 to 4 hours. But the intended lifespan that was generated from the colonials, I think it was something like 24 hours, so that they could get to the war front pretty rapidly, and then they die off, as well as having emergency systems bound to that clone source so that their assets couldn't be utilized elsewhere. So this is why, you know, even when you're traveling in EverSpace 2, you see the destruction of the hive units, right? And only one's operable. And it's a very, very lucky find because the hive unit is a militarized asset, super, super illegal, and fun fact, only works with clones. That's it. If you're anyone else, if you're anything else on these militarized tools during the war, you couldn't get them to work because it needs to be operated by a very particular source. Did I fully answer your question? Shoot. Original Adam, he was always been a fighter pilot or just a pure engineer. So original Adam was far more an engineer. Far more. Far more. And he understood the cloning process. I love this question. Far more an engineer. He knew how to pilot, but wasn't really maybe the best at it. He did have military training on that front, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't his forte. It's not why he joined the fleet. Here, let me pause this really quick because we picked up 2 more items and we're close to the end of the stream. But basically, when the original Adam started the cloning process to find a body replacement, spoilers for EVERSPACE 1, effectively, he needed something that could get the job done to reach him. So through the cloning process, there was a sort of amalgamation of memories and skills that were applied to the clone so that it could make its way through the DMZ to reach him. It's why he made a lot of clumsy mistakes and why not all the clones have the exact same personality. Each clone is a bit different from each other clone. So, the clone that we are flying, and compared to the original Adam, much better at fighting and flying, much better pilot, because he was designed that way. All right, we found 2 more weapons. Let's see what Penumbra I think was already done, but let's just hear. Really pops though, I like that. Then what else? We got a disintegrator. I don't think this one's changed. Yeah, that's the same. And then I think there was another question about Gauss species. In all sincerity, we don't know much about Gauss species, so I don't know the average lifespan at all. The Okar, oh shoot, I should actually know that one. Oh my gosh. I forget. I think it's like 200. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to look that one up. Maybe Grundle could help us out. I legit forgot. Sorry about that. But they do live a bit longer, which is why they're a bit more of a cautious species. Creatures that live longer take better care of themselves. This is a real world thing, by the way. Let's see, what else? Any other questions? I'm trying to see if there's anything else to address before the stream ends, which is basically right now. But in order to do that, even though there's like, technically we're done, I wanna just highlight, screw it. I'm gonna highlight the, I just completely killed the stream, or the game rather, not the stream. But I just wanna highlight the new concept art one more time, just because it's nice here. Quick waiting. We're almost done with the stream, but I just wanna highlight some of this stuff one more time because it's nice, it's fun. So for anybody who missed it, we had just a little bit of concept art that we showed, that we revealed. So we had Maddox Freighter. This is what its concept art was. We revealed this completely new Zerillia destroyer, eager to be in battle and ram things and have thermal shields to protect it from probably, you know, hot coursing attacks. I don't know. But maybe that means it's vulnerable to something that, I don't know, is cold. Just a guess. I have no idea. We also had the GMB Elite Squad that we revealed, the concept art. People were talking about the wormhole generator. We've got this heavy fighter gunship wing that we showcased. Very different take on the standard big, bulky, square-looking wings that the gunship generally has. Bit more smooth, and I think it's delightful. The clerical corvette we've already seen. Retaliators, drone carrier. We're talking about the retaliators then in and of themselves, and how they've got this very icy sort of theme to them. You know, got all the fun stuffs. here. We can also do a quick comparison to like the Zerillia combat units here and that general theming with their destroyer, so you can see how it all ties in together. But yeah, in general, we had a lot of fun showcasing this stuff today. I know it wasn't a lot of stuff, but let me tell you what, guys, you have been such a pleasure to just engage with, to answer your questions, to have a good time as I'm like exploring parts of the world and giving you clarity, even if it's just on lore bits. I love this. I love this so much. So thank you so much for being a part of the stream. Thank you so much for all of the questions, the observations you've made. Also want to just keep it out there. Keep it out there. I want to make sure you guys know that if you do find bugs and you feel like, you know, you want to ask us directly in the course of a stream, like, hey, do you know about this? Hey, do you know about that? That's good. Like, I love that you want to make sure we know, but the best way to do that, sincerely, is to catalog that on our forums. So I implore you, please head over to the forums if you find any big technical issues or, you know, even small ones, you know, especially bugs, exploits, that sort of nature in the game. My chair is sinking. Woo. So that we can catalog it on the forums. Other people can see it, talk about it, maybe find solutions, I don't know. Or at the very least, help us find solutions to those problems. It goes a long way. Big shout out for all of you guys who do that. I've been talking way too much, I gotta go. You guys have been awesome. Oh my gosh. And I have been Eric Schrader, your community ambassador for all things EVERSPACE 2. Don't stop being awesome, and we will catch you next week with more fun, good community times. All right, toodles. Man, but seriously, like, oh my gosh, you guys are freaking awesome. Like, I really do appreciate you all being here. Look at, we even getting praise, you know, Commander Saber saying, can we highlight how amazing this open dev process is and how great a conversation between community and devs is? This is exactly what we felt like needs to happen. So thank you for recognizing that. Thank you for being a part of this, to cultivate it, to make it even stronger, to make it even better, because you guys are what makes this. It's not me, it's you. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of this, to help this space grow, to help this development be clean, to help this development be good, to help this development be rich. All of those words and things of praise, I present it and I give it right back to you. You guys are the ones that make this happen. So sincerely, thank you. Thank you. So, to continue that love and support of community, we are going to bounce right on over to a good buddy of ours, Corbin78. I don't know what he's playing. It's probably some sort of sci-fi experience. I highly encourage you to say hello. He's a good buddy. He's a lot of fun. I gotta go. I gotta go. I'm out. Toodles again. Why my button didn't work? Button, but do the thing.